Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Downton Abbey. Last episode was so sad. William died. Daisy married him because that's what he wanted. And so she'll get benefits, but she feels terrible about it. She didn't want to do it, but I think it was the kindest thing for her to do after being put in the position that she was put in all this time. And Matthew is paralyzed and broke up with Lavinia. Mary's trying to take care of him, but he's very down on himself. So I don't know how he's going to be going forward. We did get Mr. Bates's wife off of their asses, at least for now. But the cost is going to be pretty high, I think, because now Mary probably has to marry this guy, and he's very powerful, and if she doesn't want to marry him, I feel like he won't stand for it. And oh God, I am glad that Mr. Bates's wife is out of the picture, at least for now. So maybe he and Anna can finally be together. But yeah, things are bad. Really tough episode last week. So I'm excited to see where we go from here. We jumped through time so quickly in this show. So I wonder how long it's going to have been since William died. But we'll see. So let's get into it.
You were both brave. And I don't think we can say should about things that happen in war. It just happens.
Yeah.
And we should live with it.
Having you two set apart in a home of your own all special while the rest of us muddle on for ourselves.
You sound as if you're jealous.
Why? Because we've all been such pals until now?
So, wedding? We're getting a wedding? Another one? A happier one?
So you want it just to be a private house again? Or shouldn't she? Or would you like to abolish private houses? Or that life of changing clothes and killing things and eating them? Do you really want it again?
I thought you'd recognize my voice. But, of course, I sound Canadian now.
Edith, I need you.
Still not ringing a bell?
He wanted you to be looked after.
No, you made me a liar while he was alive.
Oh, she's mad.
You'll not make me be false to his memory.
I have a job, sir. Yes, of course you do. I'm sure you enjoy it. I don't mean to suggest I'm offering a better one.
You can't have Mr. Carson.
Thank you. She thinks highly of you, Carson. I hope I won't be taking on a rival.
I await Lady Mary's
Relax, dude.
Find a cause that needs her more than Downton. She's such a martyr. Then we must tempt her with a more enticing scaffold.
It may be wrong, but this rationing is starting to bite.
Are you suggesting the black market, Mrs. Patmore?
If she did.
I'm shocked.
Oh, I doubt that very much.
Who's looking after the baby?
My neighbour, and just lent me a bag so I can get back.
Poor Ethel.
What's a Downton that needs your attention so urgently?
We know.
So, shall we rescue him?
We've been feeding Ethel for some time.
We have, milady. Well, supplementing her food.
You could have let it slide, Mr.
With
Carson.
the baby and all, but Mr. Carson suggested you'd like to be informed all the same.
Carson is right, Mrs. Hughes.
Men will always be men, but for any young woman to let her judgment so desert her...
She's not the
Come
first girl to
on.
be taken in by a uniform.
Oh, boys will be boys.
Don't
This
worry, Carson, the
bullshit.
baby will ensure she pays the price.
Has Carson abandoned me?
What's going on with
dealing
this?
a wine delivery man.
There was a look that I wasn't okay with.
I've just been hoping you'd realize without my having to spell it out.
But Patrick's...
Dead? Drowned on the Titanic?
That Patrick?
Of course, this must be very hard for you.
Would he still be the
No, I'm sorry.
heir?
Of course I'm not saying it's your fault. She's only gone and told the judge that I paid her to agree to a divorce.
Oh, God. Could she
So
just
you did, didn't you?
Yes,
go away?
I bloody well did.
Will you stop eavesdropping? I don't want them to leave, though.
When I woke up, it all came back. This suddenly I knew who I was. I began to call myself Patrick again.
Why not
A wild
your whole
story.
name?
This will be very difficult for him, of course.
What if
It
he's
must be so
lying?
hard for you, what with Mary getting married.
Did I love her very much?
Well, I'm the wrong person to ask.
No.
Because you were the one who really loved me, you mean?
Is that true?
Never thought Patrick knew.
Okay, I
It's
don't
big.
think he's lying. But how do you
Staircase is
explain
prettier
this?
than the one here, but mainly it's just big.
Can we stop? If you were not engaged to be married, I wouldn't let you anywhere near me.
Yeah, you pushed Lavinia away.
Is she as convinced as he is that they have no future?
She's not.
It won't be long now. So we wait.
I'd wait forever.
I'm not asking for forever. Just a few more weeks.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what happens with them.
Why'd you say that?
I've made some inquiries and she's right.
What do you think?
What is he
All the
gonna get
chaps are
himself
wearing them in
into?
London.
I think you better sit down.
Yeah, this is quite a story.
It'd be a huge wrench for me to leave Downton.
But he'd do it for you.
Presumably you understand that people would be seriously affected should your story be true.
You mean Cousin Matthew?
It would be very hard on Matthew. Where did you learn to do that?
Do what?
I think it's him. It's him.
Am I really a stranger?
The war may be at an end, but the upheaval is only beginning. Oh, how right you are. That is why Downton Abbey still has such an important role to play. Dear me, there's so much to be done. But what about running Downton? I can't do both.
Well, I suppose you must decide what is more important. Exercise classes and lectures on pottery, or helping men and women build a new life.
I
Shameless.
must go. We won't do anything without your permission.
Which of course is so cunning. How can I refuse a man who says that? What do you say, Bates?
I say Mr. Carson must have the last word on where he lives and works.
If he's alive, then I am no longer the future Earl of Grantham.
It's
I
ridiculous.
thought he had to be
How
married
can it be true?
to marry
Where's he
Mary
been hiding for the last
to be
6
the heir.
years?
I guess
In
not.
Canada.
Well, he seems a nice enough chap. He's not very pretty, of course, but he can walk round the estate on his own 2 legs and sire a string of sons to continue the line.
Matthew.
All in all, I'd say that's a great improvement on the current situation.
He must have found it hard to write, for it seems the Major has been killed.
Oh shit.
I'm sad. I'm sorry to hear it.
I know, and right at the end, but there we are. Can you relay the news?
Of course. Will that be all?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, thank
Ethel's not gonna get any benefits.
Beg your pardon, your lordship. I thought everyone had gone up.
I don't like this. Okay.
How's that new maid getting on? The widow with the little boy.
Very well, thank you.
Too well.
Just thinking.
I'll be back on the night of the 10th. Perhaps you could let me have your answer then.
Answer to what?
As to whether Carson will be captain of our ship.
With you at the helm, there's much more chance of a smooth crossing.
Nobody's shipping this. Let me tell you.
Please say this concerns property and not the former Mrs. Bates.
I only wish she was the former, or better still, the late.
Indeed.
We could do with one more handmaiden. Bring her back.
The German Republic.
Your business doesn't seem to be prospering.
The trick of business is to mind your own.
I'm sorry to disturb you, but I've just heard news from the War Office that the war is over.
Wow.
There is a reason for inviting you here today, and I very much fear I'm going to be a great disappointment to you.
Oh,
Cousin Violet is in part to blame.
Yes, I usually am.
It was she who drew my
You
attention
got her.
to the plight of the war refugees.
I cannot find the words to say how I feel.
Lady Isabel, you're the best person in this show. Don't let these haters get to you.
but I thank you, without irony, from the bottom of my heart.
I accept your thanks, my dear.
They've never
With
agreed on
no trace
anything
of
more.
irony, I over.
If the lawyer casts even the slightest doubt, won't that give them the excuse to cut me out and stay with Matthew?
Yeah.
If only one of them recognized me. They've forgotten me. I'm a stranger to them now!
I should never have married him in the first place. Only
Marrying him was a great kindness.
No, it wasn't kind. It was wrong.
Daisy.
How was it?
Worse than you can possibly imagine.
Oh, God.
What
happened? This is your
I
fault.
assume that whatever Mr. Murray has told you means the man is a fake.
There was a Peter Gordon who worked with Patrick at the Foreign Office. Now, he emigrated to Montreal in 1913.
But the Titanic story bears out Patrick's version in every way.
What do you think?
I don't know.
I don't know what to think.
It could
How
go
can you
either
even
way.
hesitate?
We'll find this Peter Gordon. I know we will.
Yes. I expect you will.
I
We'll
don't
be
know,
going
man.
into dinner in a minute.
They've built a good cellar here, you know.
And just when we thought we were getting back to normal.
Don't tell me you'll miss me.
I will. But I mean, I guess we'll still
Mr.
see you.
Carson. Very much.
Yeah?
It costs me nothing to see it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Doing too much, Sir Richard.
You sure? You won't frighten me away, whatever you do.
Hey, Lavinia. I wouldn't turn her down, Matthew. Come on.
So you summon Lavinia to be sacrificed
you
like
did
some
that?
latter-day Iphigenia doomed to push his chair through all eternity.
Robert, it's
a little
quite
harsh.
simple. Do you want Mary's marriage to be a success?
Sometimes, Cora, you can be curiously unfeeling.
Ooh, ouch. I
Look,
Look, I
feel
know you're
it.
used to having your own way.
Hey, now.
Say something now I hope I won't have to repeat. If you think you can jilt me,
Ugh. Oh, Mary, get out of this.
absolutely never.
Just let the story come out. Just let it come out.
He's gone. But he can't have.
Gone.
P for Patrick. Or P for Peter.
Okay, I don't know.
I know what you think. But I don't accept it.
Boy,
We
Edith.
drove him away.
Remember, this is not just the end of a long war, but it is the dawn of a new age.
Till
God
the
bless
next
you all.
war.
Bates, if I felt...
If you thought what, sir?
It doesn't matter. Not yet. Not until I feel it again.
You felt something in your legs?
Whoever we find won't replace you.
Aww. Aww. Girl. One day things will work out for you.
His wife's dead. Someone found her early this morning.
Oh no. I mean, good riddance, obviously. But who did that? If it is Thomas and Mrs. Hughes Thomas and Mrs. O'Brien that has done something to set him up, I am going to throw something. Oh God, is Mr. Bates in trouble? Okay, so we're dealing with the aftermath of the last episode, which was pretty devastating, and now we're to the end of the war and picking up the pieces. Boy, I don't know what to think about Patrick or Peter. I was really believing him, but then everything was so circumstantial that it's completely believable that he was pretending. But I don't guess we'll know because he jetted. And it may be because the fire was getting too hot, or maybe because he felt so unwanted. It could have gone either way, and I really have no idea. But it's sad, especially if it was really him. But what a story. Like, that's so hard to believe. On top of the stakes being, you're going to be the heir. So I get why they were being so cautious about it, wanting to verify it as much as they could. But if it really is him, I could see why that would make you feel really terrible. Like you can't go home again, like you said. Poor Edith. That's like the third guy that just has not worked out for her. And, you know, Mary and Richard, oh, I knew this was coming. I knew he was going to start being, we're not quite too abusive yet, but grabbing her like that, I think it's just the beginning. He's a very controlling guy, and I don't know how she's going to get out of this. She's pretty pot committed, but she has to. She can't get with him and then take Mr. Carson with her. I mean, it's sweet that he wants to go with her because of how close they are. I really love their relationship. But Sir Richard ain't it. And now Matthew got a little feeling in his legs. That's exciting. I really like Lavinia. And she's a real one, coming back to take care of him even when he doesn't want to be taken care of. He just doesn't love her. I can tell, you know. And I feel like he and Mary are probably going to be meant to be type thing. So Lavinia's going to get her heart broken. And I don't think Matthew would ever pursue anything with Mary again if he doesn't start getting feeling in his legs again and can walk. But I feel like that's coming. I feel like that wouldn't have happened if that's not where we're going. But they're going to have a time dealing with Sir Richard. So, oof. What are we doing with the widow maid and Lord Crowley? I feel it, and I don't want it. This is the first time, maybe not the first time, but like, I don't think it is a coincidence that they showed us a fight, an argument again with Lady Crowley and Lord Crowley, because he really likes talking to that maid. And they just showed us like glimpses of them looking at each other. And I was like, what is this? And then it just kept happening where they were talking. And oh no. Drama that'll be, I'm sure. So Lady Sybil is getting to her choice a couple weeks, and in this show it's better be next episode with how time flies. But I really wanted to do it. I know Branson has his issues. He's very aggressive when it comes to his point of view and his opinions about things, but I think that's what she likes about, or one of the things she likes about him. And I think that would be a good kind of drama. She's already one that will buck against the norm. And I feel like she does have feelings for him. And if she does, I don't want her station to be the reason why she doesn't get with him. And I don't think she would let that stop her. So I'm hoping that it will happen. Oh my God, Mr. Bates. I feel like he's in trouble. Oh God. The food rationing, I wonder what's going to come of that and what Thomas has going on. What is he getting into? I don't really have a good read on that. I really like the scene between Mrs. Hughes and Mr. Carson. They're kind of like the two leaders. And it's going to be weird with Mr. Carson gone, but hopefully this Sir Richard thing can be nipped in the bud before he has to leave. But I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to get drawn out. Lady Mary cannot stay with him. It's just not gonna work. Not for me. I feel really bad for Daisy. Of course she's feeling this way, but she should take it because that was like his dying wish. But I know she'd feel terrible about it, but she could like put it to good use. Maybe use it to help Ethel or something. I don't know. And help herself. Like, this is what William wanted. But I understand why she feels gross about it. And poor Ethel. I mean, not sad that that dude died, but that was her like last hope. And I love that Mrs. Hughes was helping her. But Mr. Carson, of course, everything above board, so he had to rat her out. So Ethel's in a terrible position, and I don't know. I wish she could come back to the house. Having a baby would be difficult with her job, but what else is she gonna do? This was a good episode. There's a lot of things up in the air right now. I feel terrible for Lady Isabel. She's such a good person and so well intentioned, but she just bumps against the Crowleys. It just doesn't mesh. And so she's going to go off and help refugees, which is good for her. She's, you know, a better person than everyone. So I hope we still see her from time to time, though. And so now that the war is coming to an end, seeing the house go back to the way it was, even without Mr. Carson potentially, is going to be interesting. See how that all kind of, if there's any bumps in the road when it comes to that. But my goodness, we've set up some stuff with Matthew potentially walking again, Mr. Bates' wife being dead, whatever Lord Crowley's got going on with the maid, Mary and Sir Richard. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, very enjoyable. I'm glad it wasn't as, you know, last episode was so tough. So I'm ready for things to get back to normal with, you know, not having the convalescent home. Even though I would have been okay with what Lady Isabel wanted to, you know, have, but no one was going to go with that. So we'll see what this episode brings, but I feel like a lot of things are about to potentially change, and for the better on some ways and for not the better in the others. So we'll see how we end the season. We're getting close to the end. So yeah, whatever this back half is going to be very interesting. So yeah, good episode. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.